Hi all, so welcome back to this channel once again, and in this video session I will be discussing two things. First one is deleting the IFS object and the second one is renaming the IFS object. So we will be using the unlink API and the rename API to perform this thing in RPG programming. So we have these prototypes in C programming for the two APIs. For unlink, we have this uh, prototype where we take input as the IFS path, which could be a string or a pointer, and this will return me an integer value, which is either -1 or 0. 0 means success and -1 means error. In unlinking IFS string file means deleting that IFS string file. Rename is This is the rename API prototype where it uh, accepts two input parameters. First is the old IFS path name, and the second one is the new IFS path name. It will return me an integer whether this file deleted or this file renamed or not. So that thing. Let's move on to the RPG part of this. So let me show you these two things one by one. So first API is unlink. So this is the prototype for the unlink API, where we will pass the path, let's say IFS path. This does not seems to be a parameter because this is an prototype, so it doesn't mean if I give it a name, any name, because that does not treat as a declared parameter. That's just a prototype. So its first thing is IFS path, which is either through the pointer or the string, which is in the format of C language, which it accepts, that is the null terminated string. So that would be done through this um, function options star string, and this is called by value since we are not going to pass the address, uh, and this will return me an integer -1 or 0. uh, these two common APIs which I will be using in all of my videos or all of my uh, uh, programs, just to do error handling in case if it is not deleting the IFS object, then these APIs gets called. So this API will return me an error number and this will return me an error message based upon that error number which is returned from this API. So we have two variables, IFS path and return from this unlink API, and these are two pointer and based integer and base pointer, or you can say the message and base pointer for that, for the error handling APIs. So we have this IFS path and we are going to delete this IFS string file hello world from this directory, from my current directory. So I'm going to call unlink API and will be passing the IFS path. It will return me an integer. If it's less than 0, then that's mean it will be there is some error, and this will call the further error APIs to return the error message, error number in the error message, and if it's not less than 0 means 0, then that successful deleting the IFS object. So let me show you demo by debugging this. So let's compile first. So this is compiled. Just to debug this, set the breakpoint and call this unlink API. This is the IFS path. Let's see whether it exists or not. so it does not exist. So it will return me -1 then. That's correct. It will return me an error number and then the error message. No such path or directory, which means there's no stream file exists with this name. So that's why it is returning me that -1. Let's call this IFS hello program, which will create an hello world file on the IFS. This hello world file is created. Now just going to call that unlink again, and the path is to hello world, and this will delete the object now because it will find, so it did not went to the return underscore unlink. And let's see, hello world is gone, so that's deleted, that's unlinked from here. So in case if there are multiple links to that data or that file, then the file gets deleted, but the links still maintained. Some links still maintained, that's not the last link, so it means the data should be deleted. In that case data is not deleted, but if it is a last link, just in this case the data also gets deleted. Now this was the example for showing how we delete the IFS object. Now let's move towards the another important thing, renaming the IFS object. So this one. So rename, you can now you are a little bit confused by seeing this, that we are having two prototypes here for rename. So we have two prototypes here. So first is and both are rename for rename. First is qp0l rename keep, qp0l rename unlink. So keep and unlink are two APIs available in C, which we can call in RPG programming. So the first one is keep. For its by its name, it tells that if in case I am renaming an IFS stream file from an old name to the new name, if the new name is already exist, which means that I have file 1 on the IFS and we are renaming that to file 2, and file 2 is already existing on the same path, then in that case keep will return me an error, which means that it will not remove that existing file, which can cause the data to be deleted in that uh, IFS file, IFS stream file. So it will ensure that thing, that the existing file would not get deleted, or the current object which I want to rename would not get renamed in that case. So this will return me an error in this case. And return and unlink means that will delete the existing file and rename the current file which I want to rename to the new one. So these are the two APIs which have some differences, which I told you. These are the common error handling APIs which I already told, that this will return the error number and this will return the error message based upon the error number. Now we have two input parameters, old IFS path and the new IFS path. So this will going to be call by value, and this is pointer, and we use option star string, that is it will be formatted to the C language, that is null terminated strings, and it will return me an integer. The same way this one, only the change in the name, that is keep or unlink. I use both the APIs here in my example, old path, new path, and this will be returned from both the APIs, that is rename underscore rename k and rename g. This is for the error handling APIs. So this is the old path hello world and the new path is hello world 2. Let's see. So we do not have hello world, just call IFS hello. This will create a hello world file. So hello world has hello world data and hello world 2 has test data. So let's see. So this time I'm calling rename k, that is it will keep this file, so it will return me an error in this case because hello world 2 is already existing file. And but if I call that is unlink this one, rename unlink, then this will delete the hello world 2 and it will rename the hello world to hello world 2. You will see same and debug. Let's compile this. Just debug this. Just set the breakpoint at line number 1, call rename. So old IFS path is hello world and hello world 2. So we can see hello world and test data. So hello world 2 has test data. Now we will pass this old path and new path. So it will return me -1 just because it is a keep one. So this file is already existing, so it will return me -1. Let's see the error number. Error number is this and error message is this: file exists, which means that file is already existing, so it will not rename that file for now, and it will return me an error. So I would prefer to use this API always because this would cause me uh, cause the existing file not to be deleted from the IFS, and when we are doing renaming things with the objects. Now this time if I call unlink thing, rename unlink with the old and new path, so you will see this will return me 0 because it will delete the let me show you test. It deleted the hello world 2 and it renamed the hello world to hello world 2. So it will have data hello world. Let's see. So you can see it has a data hello world this time. Now if I call this again and IFS old path is, let's say, hello world 2, this file, and I want new path to be hello world. Hello world 2. So let's see, old path is 2 and new path is world. So you will see that this file exists but the new file does not exist, so this will return me 0 this time. That's correct, and you can see that the file is being renamed to hello world from hello world 2. Now this will cause error just because file does not exist. Hello world 2 has been already renamed, that doesn't exist, no such path or directory. So this way you saw that how these two APIs works. So I always prefer to use this one, so try to use this API when you are renaming the IFS object. So that's all in this video. Thank you and have a